He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates-in-law.
Tom.
Kind of nice.
Oh, it's weird. It doesn't go.
Oh yeah, we got a new little
little
device. We don't get the
contraption.
countdown. We're not as musical anymore.
I liked the. I'm like, and on 3.
I forgot about. I don't know if that I was clocking that.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not a classically trained musical mind like you are.
Well, I'm not a musical mind, but I do play several instruments.
Yes.
Do you say you play instruments fluently? I'm fluent on the bass guitar. Is that what you say?
I've never heard someone say that. I maybe proficient.
Proficient. That's probably better.
Yeah, probably you could say professionally.
But a lot of people don't do it professionally, but they are fluent.
Yeah, I think you could start using that.
Like I speak Spanish professionally.
Do you?
Yeah.
In what context?
I work for the UN on the side.
I always forget that. It was weird that it just came about from the Cabo trip. Like they just saw you there and they said you'd be a perfect undercover agent.
Well, they were like, whoa. That's like, do you speak Spanish professionally? And I was like, I mean, I could.
And they were like,
not yet.
What? We found one.
They're
White.
like,
who
take a
speaks
gun.
Spanish.
Take a gun and here's
a
like
badge.
$600,000 cash and 9 passports. I don't think that's not the UN, by the way. That's the CIA.
Yeah, the UN's probably got operatives.
I don't think so.
No, I think my aunt worked for the UN and she never got a gun.
She probably killed a couple of people.
Probably. I think she met with Joseph Kony one time.
Who the hell is that?
Remember Stop Kony 2012? He was a really bad guy.
Wait,
in
I don't think I
Africa.
ever knew what he was up to, though.
He's a bad dude.
But well, like, is this?
He was in Uganda and the Congo.
Was he doing something with the mines?
Maybe,
'Cause
probably.
I remember people being pissed.
People were mad. The crazy thing is when people were mad about it here, it's kind of a beautiful lesson in social media anger. When people were mad about it here, he was kind of already dead in the water.
He was done?
He was like on the run and hiding.
I didn't even
And
know what I
everyone
was
was
doing.
like,
I
"We
just
gotta
kept
stop
sharing.
this guy."
Yeah, people were like, please stop. I was like, all right, I'm gonna share like 4 black squares. Mm-hmm. People were like, that's not the same
That's
movement.
not for like 4 more years. You're way ahead of it, Tim.
People were like, damn, this guy must work for the UN. He's got some inside info.
Tim, you don't
fuck.
work for the UN, and you're also not my brother-in-law.
Not even roommates.
But we are good friends.
Good friends.
Good friends.
Tell you what, it does sound different.
Yeah, it's a little,
It's a little
nicer.
It's a little crisper.
Yeah.
Folks-
we
folks-
got a new little recording device, folks.
Draw in jokes, folks.
What just happened here?
I don't know. I think I really do think I've been telling Lizzie this. I think I'm gonna get early onset Alzheimer's. I really do think so.
I don't like thinking about that, so don't talk about it.
Well, you got any family members with Alzheimer's? Who? Both sides?
No.
Both Alzheimer's?
We got Mensch.
What is that?
We got Mensch in the
Mensch.
fam.
Hey, what's the diff?
Boy, if I knew.
Boy, if they knew. Like, hey, Grandpa, what's the
Grandpa,
difference
if you
between
knew.
Alzheimer's and dementia? And he's just like, we should ride more horses. And
They're
I'm
like,
like, oh,
Tommy, just say goodbye and we'll head out.
hey, Tom, we're trying to catch the buffet. Could you just kiss your grandfather goodbye forever?
Jesus Christ. To all my family members listening, sorry.
Sorry. Hey, I have dead grandparents, too.
Everyone's got dead grandparents.
Are you 0 for 4 right now?
No, but both granddads said peace.
Oh, you got the grandma.
Got
Grandmas
both
usually,
grandmas.
they usually last longer.
Yeah.
Wonder why that is.
Well, women live longer. It's not just grandmas. You don't like have to have grandkids.
True. That's a fair point.
You forget that people live to be that old without grandkids sometimes.
Do you think it's because they're smaller typically? You know how like men that are really tall, they die at like 40.
Yeah, I think because their heart gives out.
Right. But I mean,
Yeah.
women, they're a little more compact. I think guys that are small also live pretty long,
Maybe.
right?
No one told me that when I wasn't going through puberty till I was 19.
Yeah, they're like, hey man, don't worry about being 5'2".
Yeah.
You're gonna be 106.
Don't worry, you'll have to be embarrassed about this for even
Your life's
longer.
gonna suck way longer.
You're going to be shorter than most high school sophomores as a 98-year-old.
But don't worry, one day you'll be on the news.
Yeah, for being the shortest, oldest guy.
Oh God! So 2 grandmas still in the mix. All of mine said deuces. We're out of
You're
here.
0 for 4.
Over. They all bounced. R.I.P. Pawpaw. He was the one that lasted the longest.
Yeah.
And he was a small man.
I know, and you still say he's alive on stage, which is kind of insane to me.
Well, what am I supposed to do at the end of it? Be like, bah, I'm just kidding. He's so dead.
I don't know. Doesn't it like hurt a little bit?
No.
Oh,
I mean, death is a
great
natural
joke.
part of life, Tom.
Well, yeah, I know, but you're like, every time I see my grandpa, you know. Sorry to be also pulling the curtain back on your act here.
Hey, Tom. Do you see, like, I'm like, hey, Tom.
Like, what, did you just pull
I
a
feel like
gun
Michael
out under
Scott
the
where he's
table?
like, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
No, here's why it doesn't bum me out. And let me tell you what. It's the same with my beloved, and this is a harsh comparison, my beloved dog Deuce.
Okay.
If people die the way that they're like supposed to die, I don't find it to be a bummer. It's
Okay.
like, all right, nice. You did it. You
Sure.
did life. You had a great life.
Yeah.
You didn't die in pain. You just said, that's it for me. I'm out.
I agree.
It's hard
That's
for me
my
to be-
time. You guys have been
Yeah,
great. Make
kinda
sure you
like-
tip your wait staff.
Exactly. It's hard for me to be bummed when someone dies in a natural way at the end of their life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
He didn't get like hit by a bus.
What about at 98 if you get hit by a bus? Like, is that...
I think I would be a little bit bummed. You would
Yeah.
also be like, hey, what are you doing? Where you at where you getting hit by a bus, dude?
Who are you asking this to?
My grandpa's corpse.
You're doing the hand over the mouth thing as you're talking to him?
Grandpa,
Hey, man, what the hell was that?
Papa, what the fuck?
What are you doing at Target?
He was a partier. He used to play cards with Matthew McConaughey a lot.
For real?
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey would go to their country club all the time and play cards with him.
Whoa.
Isn't that fun?
Boy, he's probably obnoxious to play cards with.
They said he was, unfortunately, the most charming guy of all time.
That's not unfortunate. I'm a McConaughey fan. We quote his book about once a week.
He's the guy that hit my grandpa with the bus. He ran over and he's like, green
He
light.
goes, green light. You know, I never really understood the meaning of life until I ran over a 98-year-old with a bus.
Green light.
Green light. My stepdad finally respected me, too. He said, wow, look who turned into a man.
You got to hit at least 3 people with a bus before I'll respect you. I got to re-listen to that goddamn book.
We need a good road trip.
It's truly the most insane book.
It's the best.
We've already gone over it, but good golly
if you
almighty.
haven't checked it out, check it out. And just go into it with a skeptical mind.
No. I think it's more fun to go into it with believing
Ready
that
to
it's
believe
true.
it all?
And then going,
Well, you got to pause at the end of
wait.
it. Every time he says green light, go
Wait.
reread what actually happened.
Yeah.
Because it's like this heartwarming tale about how he finally earned his father's respect, green light. And then if you go back and read it again, it's like, oh, you
Wait.
beat up a stranger.
that truly didn't deserve it at all.
No, a bouncer was doing his job and you assaulted him.
And he's like, yeah, and I put him in the hospital with just my hands.
He didn't even have much family around.
Green light.
Green light. My dad looked at me and said, I'm going to learn your name now. Green light.
It is, because if you just go on like the feel of it, you're like, this is
I
inspirational.
told you, I listened to it once before we listened to it together, and I was kind of like, I would listen to it on like long runs and drives, and like, just kind of, I was like, yeah, it's kind of goofy. He tells kind of insane stories, but it's a good listen. And then listening to it again, it's like, oh yeah, this is all made
these are
up.
full lies. Because he tells you at the very beginning that he's a liar.
Well, he says, yeah, he ripped off a poem and won a poetry contest, and his mother told him, if it's, wait, what is it?
If you believe it's yours, it's yours. That's what that was the advice his mom gave him.
Green light.
Green light. That's what makes him a good actor. Unfortunately, he's a nut.
That's why I do half of your act on stage every night. I believe
That
it's
would be
mine.
so fun if I was like, I just happened to be in town and I didn't tell you, and I like snuck into one of the shows, and you're just up there fully doing Tim.
That's what would have happened. I get brought on stage as Tim Smith too.
Tim Smith. I mean, shit, you did it when I was in the green room one
yeah,
time.
I know. God. And then I'd say, and if you brought it up to me, I'd say, I believe that is mine.
Sorry, it's mine now. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about that. I'm like, 10 out of 10 crowd work. Leslie's like, shh, no.
Tom's not here.
He would never
He
do that.
can't hurt you.
That was an
He
accident.
can't hurt you anymore. No, he's not even headlining very much.
His road work has slowed down significantly. Tim.
Yeah,
Don't
he
worry
doesn't
about
do
it.
crowd work either because he feels like it's selfish in the feature spot.
And I'm just like freaking out. And she's like, he's not
He's
even going to
doing
move to Manhattan. He's thinking about Ridge. He's coming out to Ridge.
Dude, speaking of New York City, I saw a hilariously stereotypical New York thing happen today.
Lay it on me.
I'm waiting for, I went and met our good friend Ty Horvath for some coffee. And
There
I'm
we go.
waiting for him outside a coffee shop at 11 a.m. And two construction workers walk by, and one pops into the coffee shop that I'm in, and the other one goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go grab a slice."
Incredible.
And I was like, "It's 11 a.m.
You're like, hey, can I I want to kind of record that. Will you do that again?
Yeah, it was so funny. I was like, it looked like they were rehearsing to play New Yorkers in like a community theater.
So you still have his helmet on?
A full construction
Love that
outfit.
Covered in like soot.
Uniform?
It's not an outfit.
It's not a fit.
I think
Fit check.
See, I got my hard hat on.
Staple gun.
I was like 40. You should have. Did he like also catcall a woman? Was he like, "Hey, toots"?
Yeah.
Hey, doll face.
He did tell me my ass looks good.
How about a little smile over there, doll face?
But it would have not been surprising if I just saw them drop out of character and they actually were actors. You know, like they were rehearsing for a role.
You turn the corner, you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, Scorsese's right there." Hell.
It was wild. And then I saw another beautiful New York thing. Last week, when we were hanging out at the Olive Tree, we left and I was waiting for a cab. No, I was waiting for an Uber. And a cab pulled up. Cabs are competing with Ubers in this city now. Like
Not
crazy.
really.
No, they're getting their ass
They're
absolutely
getting
handed to them. So they're trying new things. I'm not kidding. This sounds so made up. This cab driver pulled up and was like outside the Comedy Cellar area on that corner, and he pulled out a recorder, like a
Like a snake charmer?
and started playing like a tune.
Boy, that is not going to get the job done.
Dude, it almost worked on me. My Uber was a block away. If it was any further away, I would have canceled and gotten in.
You just like go full King Cobra and just like
I almost got charmed into a cab.
charm right into the back of his cab. And then he
Isn't
still
that
fucks
insane?
you over at the end. He's still like, yeah, that'd be $180. You're like, see, this is why.
And he's like, if not, I have a snake in the trunk.
This is a dying business model because you charmed me into this and then hosed me.
See, you kind of went the other way. You said that doesn't help at all. I was kind of like, I appreciate the effort. Like, Uber's not putting in that kind of effort.
I mean, I appreciate it for the story, but would I ever consider getting into the car with a man playing the flute?
Dude, I was just enough in love with Manhattan that it hit me right in the sweet spot. I go, God, New York rips.
This absolutely rules. No, you'd have died that night for sure by several snake bites.
I mean, he charmed me, and he looked right at me.
And then when you kept walking, was he like, all right, I got to get the bigger gun? He pulls out a saxophone.
Well, he chased. He switched up the song for sure. He was doing more classical, and then he did "Low" by Flo Rida. Boop, 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 boop. It was wild.
He's just finally like, all right, hey, I'll suck your dick, dude.
Yeah,
Just
he's
get in the car.
seen what I've done on this flute. Wait till you see what I do with a dick.
Let me hit the skin flute. All right, let's get off of this
See
one.
the hog skin flute.
Wait, so he
Jesus
pulls
Christ.
up. He's eyeballing the young man. He pulls out the flute,
I just start smiling. I was loving it.
and then you got in your Uber and went home.
And then I said, sorry, I'm going to go get in the car that's driving you out of business. See you later.
Sorry, this is a way cleaner vehicle.
Sorry about the $1 million medallion that you bought.
God, I don't know how those work, but I'm pretty sure it's like
A scam?
indentured servitude.
It is.
Yeah. What is it? So you buy it,
And then you pay it off for the rest of your life.
and you buy it from the city, right? And they're like literally $300,000.
I think they're $1 million.
They're $1 million.
Yes.
To drive a cab?
Yeah, I mean, you're not putting down $1 million, but you're paying it off.
To drive a cab?
Yeah.
See, that's a crime.
Yeah, dude, New York.
This is a crime.
I got some tough news for you, Tim. The city that you've chosen to reside in got some shit wrong with it.
Damn.
And I'm going to figure it out once I get here.
I'm going to go back to the city that has no shady politics, Chicago, Illinois.
Dude, Chicago plays it straight every day.
That does seem like an idea where people will be like, come on, man. Like, that's so
Dude, well, the
obvious.
only reason I'm so
I guess but
bullish
they
on
are
it
just
being
trying
$1 million.
to fuck over immigrants. And they're like, yeah, we can do whatever we want.
And the first time someone told me that, I was like, it is not $1 million. And wait, hold on. Is a taxi...
Well, I mean, I guess you're right because I don't know if you ever saw the show The Night Of, kind of a classic, amazing HBO series. And the three of these guys had a medallion and they each owed like $300K on the medallion.
Okay,
they
wait.
all buy it together.
It has fallen since.
Oh, good. What is it, $750?
It could be under 200,000 at times.
Oh, okay. So affordable.
We should start driving cabs.
Essentially, you're buying a home.
Yeah, it peaked in 2013 at well over $1 million.
Well over $1 million?
Yeah.
To be able to drive a cab.
And then in 2015, it was like $650.
So here's Okay, I don't. Maybe I don't. Are cab drivers pulling in a little do-si-do? I mean, why would you just go get any other job in the world? It's not like when you apply to Walgreens, they're like, all right, but it's gonna cost you $1 million to work here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it must be decent money.
I mean, I guess maybe it's because they're not necessarily buying the car. Maybe they toss the car in.
Do they toss the car?
They simply
Is that paid for by Yellow Cab?
Come on.
They got to toss the car because also, wait, you don't want to own the
You don't want to own that thing.
cab.
This is an insane business
I
model.
don't know. And Uber's really.
I'm running for
smoking
alderman.
Is that are aldermans a thing in New York?
I just kind of I don't know. I thought they were.
It's a thing in Chicago.
That was
for
like the
sure.
lowest level bureaucrat I could think of.
Yeah.
I'm running
Imagine
for
losing alderman.
God, fuck, I gotta go back to city council.
I think that might be lower.
I gotta go back to the PTA.
I think you're just volunteering somewhere. Yeah. You're like the secretary for the PTA.
I don't know. I mean, hey, look, I wouldn't want to drive a cab. What are these guys doing?
I love that. Yeah, and no one's listening. Like, I think Tim's about to drive a cab.
Tim might hit a career switch. Could you imagine plopping down a milli and then Uber ruins your life?
I mean, no, that would be. I mean, you have no way to see that coming.
Also, Uber, they were fully criminals. That's how they came to power.
Well, yeah, because there was no laws set up either. So it was like,
Well, there were, and they were skirting all of them and
Yeah.
using technology to, like, skirt through the laws and
sorry,
fuck
dude,
people
you just
over.
don't get industry disruption like Uber does.
They are fucking disruptors. That's
Dude,
cool
they
as hell.
Disrupt as hell.
I hate it when people say shit. We're disruptors.
I've been
No,
trying
you're
to
a criminal.
disrupt the comedy industry.
I've been doing it. They've been asking me to leave for years.
I've been really disruptive.
I just walk in and disrupt the show. I just go in there and start screaming.
Sorry, I'm a disruptor.
Like, no, you're a heckler and you're ruining everything.
Hey, fuck, what's the phrase I was gonna say?
Come on.
Well-behaved women rarely make history.
Rarely make
That's what you
history.
say as you're being thrown out of a
Sorry. Well-behaved open mic. There's-
Well-behaved features
Let's get out of
rarely
here.
make history.
Get the hell out of here. Give me those drink tickets back, by the way. Those were a favor. Incredible. Wait, how did we get on the taxi topic? Oh,
I was
'cause
being
this guy
charmed.
was trying
I was
to.
being charmed in.
Guy was trying to charm the dingster right out of your jeans. Incredible.
Oh, dude.
How late did you stay that night?
I think I left almost immediately. No, I left with you,
No, you didn't.
pretty much.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I went back downstairs and watched one set, went to the bathroom, said bye to Donahue, and said, I'm out.
Okay, so then you didn't leave with me.
It was pretty much. Well, that hang stopped.
Sure.
Yeah. So
And then
then
you're
I had
kinda-
nowhere. I mean, I would have been drowning.
You're kind of in the wind there.
Yeah,
That's a
dude.
tough one.
For all intents and purposes, I left with you.
Man, I think we talked about this the other day, but that leaving there was some New York shit because I was about to pee my pantalones so bad. I had to pee on the street, Tom.
Whoa, where do you decide to go? I'm so scared of getting a public urination ticket.
I mean, there was no beer. I was more afraid of getting a
Assaulted?
6 to 12-inch knife shoved in my back because I was in that area gets a little not
It's
cute.
dicey. Yeah.
And I'm sitting here with my dingster out, and it's like I was trying to not. I didn't want to go downstairs the whole time, so I had like 4 hours of piss.
Yeah.
So when you're like trying to be done with it really quickly, but you're peeing for like I think I was standing there peeing for 3.5 minutes.
Well, it ends up feeling like an hour.
You're like, you're looking around the whole
You
time.
catch like a second wave too,
I
and
know,
you're like,
and
if I
you're
cut
like-
this off right now, I'll pee so much in
You're
my
like,
pants.
not now.
Yeah.
So I missed the train because I was peeing in the street. And then you look up and you're like, sick, 23 minutes until the next train. Love that. So my big decision, I was just going to walk over to the L.
Yeah.
That's a 22-minute walk
Yeah.
to the L. 15-minute wait when I get there. 35 minutes back to Ridge City.
About a 15-minute walk.
11 minutes off the train.
Yeah.
That's just a lot of...
Is that what you did?
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, that's a journey home.
Because I did say, fuck this, I'm getting an Uber, and I pulled it up and I said $83, and I said, I'm enough.
Guess what? I'm taking the train because I'm
Looks
a
like
New Yorker.
Yeah.
Uber.
I'm not going to let these
Uber can't-
Ubers win.
Can't get me.
I mean, that one hurt. When you're hitting an hour and 10 going home,
Yeah, that's the biggest argument against Ridge City.
but it's not always like that.
But if you don't leave your house, you don't have to commute home.
See? Now we're cooking.
That's genius.
No, it's usually way easier. Plus, you're just in a goofy part of the city, and, it's 3 in the morning. Not everything's going to go swimmingly at 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
I
but
can't expect perfection at 3 in the morning, Tom.
No, not from you or any other creatures that
I
are
certainly
out and
would.
about.
Boy, speaking of that, so
Oh, did you see a real one?
no, I pulled a real stinky move. I don't even really remember. That's a horrible. I hate putting that on the dang internet. But I was having I hit the hang button a wee bit too hard on Saturday.
Okay.
Got home at 5 a.m.
Cute.
A family member of Lizzie's is now jumping into the open mic scene
Oh, boy.
in New Orleans, not here.
Huge.
He gives me a little call at like 4 a.m. on the way home, running a bit by me.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if I was the nicest guy in the world.
I mean, I barely want to run a bit by you. I can't imagine this went well for
I don't
this
think
young
it
person.
did. It was one of those where you woke up and you're like, I did bad. It was bad. I think I was mean.
Oh God! Like what? Like just like this is poo poo magoo, or
Well-
is this like you just you should quit and you have no talent?
I don't think I went after him personally,
Well, that's good,
but I mean, he's done 3 open mics.
right?
He's tossing a Primy. That's vulnerable as it is.
Brutal.
And I'm on the other end going,
Poo.
stinks.
No.
Write something else,
No.
idiot.
Try again.
I mean, what
We're
am
gonna
I?
do up downs till blue is no longer thirsty. That's what you hit him with.
So, I mean, I hit him up and I was like, brother, don't listen to anything I say after 3 a.m. He goes, yeah, you didn't sound like yourself. Which I respect that. That was
Yeah, I do respect that. I got some bad news for you. He might have sounded the most like himself.
No, Tom. You're like, if you see Tim being cordial and nice, that's him trying so hard.
That's a couple layers on top of the core.
Oh, the smoldering core. No, I'm getting getting
Smoldering. I think it's the Arctic.
no, what's worse, hot or cold?
I don't know. When people say they're real hot and cold, I think hot is good. Cold, stinky.
No, that's true. But I mean, yeah, let's tell you. But you don't want to get tossed in like a volcano.
No. And like hot, if we're thinking stinky, if we're going on the stink metrics, hot stink is way worse.
Hot
than
stink is
cold
way worse. Also, I'm pretty sure burning to death hurts worse than freezing to
Yeah,
death.
because I think freezing to death is actually kind of peaceful.
I know, per a Robert Frost poem, I think you
all
just
I
fall
know.
asleep. Yeah.
I'm like, no, actually, I think they did a study.
No, I don't know. I read something in like 9th grade that said it was pretty chill. What?
Very chill. The
Too chill,
chillest.
some would say.
Dude, I chilled to death. Did you hear about Tim? Yeah, he chilled to
Yeah,
death.
chilled
dude.
right to death.
He froze. He froze. That's how he passed out.
So much better than smoldering to death.
Dude, smoldering to death is it feels so slow.
Also, I think
That's a real
smoldering
Anakin
is
Skywalker
more of
situation.
like, oh, that's true.
Yeah, when he goes, I hate you.
I don't know if I enjoyed his performance there.
Nah, neither did I.
He always had like a weird bump on his head.
And that was a choice.
That the
was a
actor
character
always
choice.
had. Are you familiar with the movie Jumper?
Yeah, that was like his only other work.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know. Remember, I sat next to him on the plane. Or I
that's
didn't
right.
sit next to him. I sat behind him.
That's right.
On like the first time I was ever upgraded to first class.
Hayden Christensen.
And I was supposed to sit next to him.
Oh, I do
But
remember
I chose
this
the
now.
window seat.
And you just accidentally drop your phone and one of your clips is playing. Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, that one went kind of viral though. Did
And
you
then
see that?
I hit the lock screen real quick, and it's Star Wars as the background. He's like, "All right, bud.
It just zoomed into
What
the
are
bump
you-
on his head.
Where are you? Are you hitting
Wait,
the
wait,
feet
wait! No,
lately,
that's
or what?"
that's not him. That's Ryan Phillippe has a little bump on his head.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm not knowing the bump,
Phillippe's got a little bump
but Hayden just went so angsty.
for the and that's not what we're looking for here.
Yeah,
That's not Darth
I guess
Vader.
like, you do have to have some darkness. You're becoming one of the greatest villains of all time.
Yeah, but not like angsty.
you kill a bunch of kids. No, it shouldn't be angsty. It should be pure anger.
Yeah,
which I
it should
guess
be-
it borders on.
I don't know. Like it felt like he was gonna listen to Death Cab. Like
I'll say this:
Death Cab for Confessional.
Death Cab for Cutie.
No,
Dashboard
I love
Confessional.
Dashboard Confessional.
Dashboard.
Dashboard. I was about to say, hold the phone. I
Surfboard.
love Death Cab.
Yeah, here's a hot take that I thought was going to be a viral tweet a long time ago. If the Star Wars universe was more pro-choice,
Sure.
I don't think Darth Vader ever happens.
Damn.
Because his whole thing, Padme dies during childbirth, and he knew it. He saw it. He foresaw it.
But
So if you just
nix the kid,
yank it,
no problemo.
smooth sailing.
But do you think that? Wait, so I'm not exactly 100% familiar.
Okay, the
with
story
what
is Anakin gets Padme pregnant.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
God, what a face.
And everything else,
I
too.
mean, that's a truly perfect
She's my
human
all-timer.
being. God.
Yeah.
I mean, V for Vendetta, shaved head, you're still hot?
Still hot.
Get out of
Still
town.
so hot. Fucked up and shaved head.
God,
Hot.
so hot.
Oh, my God,
Natalie
Natalie.
Portman.
Natalie,
Come on the
I know
pod.
you
We
listen
miss
once
you.
in a while. We do miss you.
We miss you.
I haven't seen you in a minute.
If you guys are, boy, Garden State, just a real charmer in Garden State. Now, she pulls off the quirky weirdo in a very believable, extremely hot, sexy way.
She can play anything.
God, Natalie. God. So where's your favorite Portman? Because I'm going V for Vendetta for sure.
This is a very weird deep cut.
Lay it on me.
Your Highness.
Don't know that one even a little bit.
It was a very stupid movie made by Danny McBride and James Franco
Okay.
with Natalie Portman.
Oh, I think I
And
kind
it's
of
like
remember
a
this now.
fantasy, really fucked up. Like, or not even, yeah, it is fucked up. But it's like a fantasy parody, basically,
Okay.
of like a quest movie. You know?
Oh, right. Okay, I'm with you
Franco
now.
is like the hero son. McBride is the loser brother.
Yep.
And they have to go rescue Natalie Portman.
And then Portman's just
And,
Portman in her.
Dude, she wears like a Princess Leia-esque bikini at one point. Woo! Wee!
God in heaven, that woman. Everything really worked out for her.
Yeah, so anyways, Anakin saw the same thing we saw in her and went to Pound Town, and they got preggers.
They made love.
And then, yeah, they was love,
That's
honestly.
love.
And then he had a vision. He kept having nightmares where she was dying during childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a Jedi, if you're one with the Force, you are able to see the future. Now, the problem is it's often a future that you cause. So if you try to alter that, that's actually what's going to happen.
Classic butterfly effect.
Exactly.
Can't do it.
So he was seeing a vision of like, hey, if you are an idiot, you're going to do this.
You're kind of seeing a vision you can do nothing about.
A little bit.
Kind of the worst.
That's kind of what Yoda and Obi-Wan try to tell him. And then he goes, well, I got this Emperor guy over here saying that I could save her. So he goes to the dark side. It's kind of understandable, if I'm being honest.
Sure.
Killing all the kids was wild.
That
He
was-
was a little out of pocket.
That's
that
just
night.
no impulse control.
We've all been
honestly.
out of pocket before.
We all want to kill a kid. You just can't.
You can't kill all of them.
Not all of them. You get two.
You get two. Everyone knows you get two. But anyways, if maybe he had said, hold on.
hey,
Let's
chill,
go to
dude.
Planned Jedihood over here.
I mean, but if you're getting advice from a little green guy or a guy that like is wearing a black hood and is clearly evil, aren't you going to be like, I'm going green guy?
I'm going green guy. This guy seems way nicer.
Like, this dude's pissed.
Yeah, you got lightning coming out of your fingers. Your face is kind of melting in a
God,
scary
you're
way.
so ugly.
Yeah, I
you look
guess I'll
over at
take your
Yoda and
advice.
you're like, piece of ass. Man, speaking of Portman being hot, how about Black Swan? Oh, saw that one
Never
in the
seen it.
theaters. Tom!
Never seen it.
I mean, we're not going to get too graphic here, but I mean, there's a couple of scenes in there that are just nanner
I'll
sanders.
tell you what, Tim. I've seen those scenes.
Oh, okay. So you've jerked off to it. You just haven't seen it.
Just haven't watched the
Oh,
film.
okay. Thank God.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater with my
Wait,
mother.
no, is she actually? Is she nude in it?
She's not nude, but Mila Kunis does eat her out. Whoa. And it's like a full little scene.
I had that dream one time in like 8th grade.
Brother. You don't even have to dream it. It's on wax, brother. You can watch it anytime you please.
This is the horniest we've ever been.
I was kind of blown away that you were going with half the things I'm saying.
and most of it is because we started. It's rooted in Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I got into it.
Right. Well, it's got my root going, if you know what I'm saying.
What?
Rooted.
Oh, I was rooted in it.
Root is a.
I was like, that's
term
not a
for
Star Wars
for a
term.
penis.
I was like, it really sparks my lightsaber.
God, you toss
Fuck.
one little G and Tommy at your ass, and you're horny as hell.
I'll get horned up, dude.
This is folks. I know this is more times than not a family episode. Sorry that we're as horny as we are.
Hey, you're allowed to be horned up once in a while.
It's a human thing. We're all horny.
Get horned up more often.
Sorry. God, it's Portman's fault.
Speaking of being horned up, by the way,
Yes.
I gotta find. I
Fuck
got
yes.
no transition. I had an all-time flub this weekend.
Being horny?
I got two. No, it had nothing to do with being.
I was like, I'm pumped for this story.
It was on stage. Let's just say, I had a little accident. I had two fun things happen in Boston. I was down in Beantown.
Oh, I forgot you hit the duck button.
And I haven't even told you the story yet because
This is
I
huge.
wanted to save it.
Lay it on me.
Well, I have one thing first because we talked about it last week. The moving away from the home state, you have a lot of pride.
Yes.
So we touched on that last week. Something happens. I was wearing, I don't know, just on Thursday, first Duck Duck Goose show. Mm-hmm. It's at that bar.
Cantab Lounge.
Yeah. I said something about being from Minnesota, whatever. Afterwards, like a girl came up to very obviously like flirt with me.
Sure.
And I was talking to my friend, one of my college buddies, and then the guy who runs it all. And we're talking, and then she kind of siphons me off, and they leave me alone to like, because they're like, like Tom's putting on the flirt game. Mm-hmm. This is what the conversation was. She comes up and she goes, "So you're from Minnesota?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "But you live in New York now?" I'm like, No, I'm visiting New York actually. So, up in Boston for a day, whatever. But I live in LA, but I'm from Minnesota. I love New York though. And she goes, "Yeah, the suburb I'm from in New York is bigger than all of Minnesota."
What?
And I was like, "No, it's not." And she goes, "Yeah, it is." And I was like, "It's not." And she's like, "Well, it's bigger than St. Paul." And I go,
"Okay,
all right,
that's something."
And I go, "It's not like, but it's like the Twin Cities." She goes, "Minnesota's so tiny." And I was like, Twin Cities is like major metropolitan area. I start getting a little like feisty. I start being like, all right, let me put my notebook down, take my jacket off.
Well, here's the thing. It's something so like dumb.
Yeah, but here's the thing is I think she meant it as just like an icebreaker.
Smooth.
And I was like,
silky smooth.
Guess what? Now I'll fist fight you.
Wait, you're taking the...
I'm taking my Minnesota Timberwolves jacket off.
She's like, why are you stretching?
Yeah. I'm like, well,
why are you cracking all your knuckles?
Your right cheek is about to find out. I'm kidding. I would never hit a woman.
Never. God.
But just
don't come at Minnesota.
Don't come
like
at
that.
Minnesota. And then she goes, look it up. My suburb is bigger than the Twin Cities. And
this is population-wise?
Yeah,
What are we doing?
I go, Twin Cities are huge. She goes, my suburb is 1 million people. And she's talking about fucking White Plains. Or no, Westchester, New York. It's a huge county. Of course, yeah, it's huge.
Okay.
And she goes, all I'm saying, we get into this dumb argument, and she goes, all I'm saying, New York is bigger than Minnesota. And I go, hey, well, this is the line I hit her with that it just it ruined the conversation. I just go, hey, welcome to the world.
Tom.
One place is bigger than another, but hey, you guys got to hear this. You guys got to hear this. She says New York.
You guys turn that music down?
New York is bigger than the Twin Cities. Can you believe that?
Wait, so New York City.
I start being such a bitch.
God, dude. Well, you can't approach with stinky energy like that.
No, it was poo. And it's like, I get you're trying to be. It's not
I don't even know
funny,
what she was trying. You know what this is, Tom?
It's negging.
No.
Okay.
This is zero behavior.
This is zero behavior, honestly.
That sucks. Yeah. And you know what? I don't even want to get. Was she?
She was kind of cute.
Okay. Which
she kind of had like cute girl confidence.
Okay, but it's not. She doesn't look like Portman.
I wasn't like, oh. Eyes pop out of the head. It wasn't that.
Well, your jaw hits the floor and your tongue unravels on the ground.
Yeah, I have to grab it.
But this is always my little cue when those scenarios pop up. Because as it's been well documented, women don't flirt with me after shows. Except that one.
I saw one, but she might have been trying to rob you.
She had a whole plan. But what is she expecting to happen here?
I have no idea. I think it was usually guys talk to her.
Right. Yes, of course.
So it was as long as I start this conversation, it's going to be
fine. He'll take it from here.
And I go, guess what?
How about I channel my friend Tim right now?
And then it was super awkward. Then she just kind of just walked away.
Saunters
Went
off.
back to her friends, and I was like, my friends go, my buddy from college, he was like, I came back and I was like, well, that didn't go well. And he was like, what? She was like hitting on you, right? And I was like, I think maybe a little bit, but I got really mad at her like pretty immediately.
Turned into more of a geography conversation.
And then I got really just super. New York's bigger than Minnesota. Congrats. Congratulations, you're a genius.
You know what, Tom? I think you did the right thing.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to get away with that.
You cannot get away with that.
I can't send that energy out to someone else.
No, I think we would hope. We don't
pray.
know.
We pray and we hope.
That maybe she went home and had to think.
Yeah.
Maybe she looked in the mirror and said, "The fuck was that?"
Yeah.
What if she came up and said, this? Hey, that was really good.
Oh, wait, I forgot the whole thing.
What?
I forgot the whole point of the thing, why I got so bitchy.
Oh, okay. You also mentioned being horny at some point.
Oh, no, that was just a dumb transition.
Oh,
I wasn't
right,
actually
sorry.
horny. I was the opposite of horny. I was angry to the point that my dick went up inside of my belly.
Yeah. Can't get Portman out of my dang.
I was trying to think of a port thing. Never mind.
Any port in a storm?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's,
Something.
but that's the opposite. It's like, no,
Yeah.
she's the best port. Man.
Boy, that would be a good port.
Man.
How about any port in good? So what else are you saying?
I go, what is your experience with Minnesota in the middle of this argument? And she goes, I used to date someone from there. And I go, let me guess, he cheated on you. And she goes, it was a lot. And I was like, so you hate your ex-boyfriend?
Wait, he cheated on her a lot?
No, she just didn't want to say yes.
Oh,
it was
right.
it was a whole thing. And I was like, oh, so you hate your ex-boyfriend, you associate that with Minnesota. Don't take this out on me.
I don't even think it was
You
that
loser.
deep.
No, I don't know. There was like a real disdain for Minnesota. That's why it wasn't like if I was from Iowa, she wouldn't have said it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like pointed.
But it's
Because
such
she was dropping like suburb names.
It's crazy. She's like diving into the demographics.
She was like, well, if you count Edina, then it's bigger.
What?
What?
What are we doing here? This is kind of a great... Hey, ladies, if you ever had a guy come up to you and he's got some poo game, it's hard.
Yeah, and also, I don't blame you for being mean.
Yeah, no. I mean, if
'Cause
I had walked
I
up to a
just
girl
did
and
it.
said some shit like that,
Yeah.
you deserve to absolutely light me on fire.
Yeah.
I haven't flirted in 22 years, though.
Yeah.
You ever talk
Lizzie
to...
would probably appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't... If she heard that, I was like, dude, my game is sharp as hell. I've never been better. Somebody like texted her and was like, hey, I don't know if you listen to the pod, but apparently Tim is crushing it after shows.
Tim's like bragging about being a womanizer. Clearly making it up, but he is bragging.
Everyone knows he's making it up. There's been 212 episodes prior to this
He
where I'm
keeps
like,
saying he hooked up
I'm
with Natalie
insane.
Portman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So she saunters off.
Yeah, and then that was that.
You
But-
just shadow box in the
that's-
corner.
Yeah, that's maybe a 0. I got one personal 0 submission.
Lay it on me.
I want you to sit down first.
Hold on. Done.
Because our 0 of the week submission from a dear listener
Oh no.
is Tim Smith for 0 of the week.
What?
Direct quote: When the cornerstone of the group chat leaves, everything else falls apart.
Well,
I'm nominating Tim Smith for 0 of the week from one Daryl Schmidt.
I was about to say that's Daryl for sure.
He's really pissed.
It's fucking Daryl. I knew it.
So for context, Tim left a very active group chat, which I've taken time off from, and it's good. It's honestly good for the mentee age
It is.
because it's an active group chat.
It requires so much of your attention.
But here's the thing: you are kind of the bit master in it. You're
That's not true.
You're throwing a lot of the premies in there, though. Like, if someone tosses something in, you're good at getting it going.
Well, you know what? This is a time for someone else to step up.
Oh, you think this is like a pass the torch situation? Wow.
But here's the horrible news. It does. I mean, you will look at your phone. I'm trying to find reasons
Ways to not look at your phone.
not look at my phone.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
Because I have scrolled my phone, and this is not hyperbole. This is not me trying to be cute. I've scrolled my phone until I was nauseous.
Yes, me too.
My eyes started to cross.
Yeah.
Because I was scrolling. And then you go, let's go. It's Instagram. Oh, it's just Twitter's going on. It's Facebook.
And then
I
you're
was,
back
like,
on
sick
Instagram
to my
again.
stomach.
Yeah.
And I go back to the chat. There's 37 really funny messages. And now I'm riffing and I'm raffing and I'm replying to this old one because I didn't see it in time.
And
but
now
I
guess
want to riff.
what? Now there's a fresh batch of stuff in
Fresh
the main
batch.
feed.
And then there's people are arguing.
Yeah.
And now I got a little side chat about the argument that's going on. And I'm like, I simply must back away.
Yeah.
I just have to.
Yeah.
For a moment. Hey, Daryl, it's not a bad submission.
He said, I look forward to his apology.
There will be no apology. I will acknowledge, however, that I did bail on the chat that I've been in for, I don't know, 4 years.
Yeah.
But I'll be back.
He'll be back. He's
I
never
have
coming
been
back.
I have been writing more than
Here's the thing. I've been trying to
usual.
take some time off from it too, but I can't leave now.
Yeah.
Then it looks like we're conspiring.
Well, then it's all. I mean, the wheels are gonna. Because I mean, when it gets down, when you need, because what are we at? We're at like 9.
Yeah.
9's a great number.
9's solid. You can't get down under 7.
You can't get down. You hit 4.
You might as well text those people.
Yeah. It's hey, Daryl, you're not wrong. I just need a little mental break.
All right.
I'll be back.
All right.
I saw something because the chat, the inception of the chat.
Was
You send poo in that you
if
see on the
poo,
internet.
it's honestly 0 of the week. It's the same thing.
That's what it's.
If you see a 0 in the wild, you say, "Hey,
send it
friends,
right in." Somebody
look at this
posts
shit.
something that is completely incomprehensible, and why on earth would you put this on the internet? It's in the chat,
Boom! It's right in the chat.
and we do that constantly, and that's that's my wheelhouse.
I know. Now I have to send stuff to you directly.
I know, and you haven't been.
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
I've sent you a couple things.
I don't think so.
Not a lot.
Not a ton.
I think it was one thing.
It was one, and I don't even remember what it was.
I don't know. It was something that I also sent to the chat.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I did. I almost rejoined yesterday because something drove me totally insane. But then I hit the self-control button,
Look at you.
and you know what I did? I just moved on with my life.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is big.
But I have been writing more.
Good for
I
you.
do, and this is the horrible truth. I do feel like there's a couple of new rooms in my brain that opened up.
God.
I don't have a big brain, Tom. I can't stuff it full of all this shit.
I'm not in like a mansion here.
Yeah,
I'm in a 3-bedroom apartment.
Dude.
And I'm not really making rent.
Landlord's pissed. He's like, brother, you got to delete a couple apps or you got to get out of the chat. Something's
you
going
gotta
on.
this 3rd bedroom is kind of a mess. You haven't figured out what to do with
He's
it.
like, you have 9 of your friends living in the 3rd bedroom. This can't happen.
And all the poo you've ever seen.
I'll be back, but boy, just my heart dropped when you're like, it's you. I was like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
I'm sorry for the delivery, but I had to really milk
I'm
it.
not going to lie. I was freaking out there for a second.
I know. I saw your eyes. I saw you be like, "Hey, do you really want to do this on the
Yes,
pod?"
that's what? No, my first thought was like, hey, this is fuck. Like, mention it before and see if I'm cool with it. Don't run it live. I was like, oh, what? I was like, I think I've been on good behavior. I was like, I know Lizzie's cousin didn't hit you up.
Yeah, exactly. You go right to that guy. I'm like, we got a submission.
I was like, because that's for sure the worst behavior I've had recently. And then I'm thinking of conversations where I'm like, no, but that was totally normal.
Those were riffs.
God, fuck.
I guess I called that guy fat.
I didn't say the word fat. I just kind of insinuated that his clothes don't fit well.
Oh God! Wait, I didn't tell you my big blunder in Boston though. So this is potential. This isn't a 0 actually. It's not 0, but it is.
Poo.
Yeah, it just is. Just.
Poo.
Yeah, it's poo. Last show of the weekend. Goofy little set. 20 people.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of bombing.
Some are calling that the most fun set to
Super
get up
fun
to.
because it's kind of like, well, no stakes.
nothing to lose.
Here's the problem, and here's the takeaway.
Okay.
And for all my anti-marijuana people out there, this is your ad right here.
Clip it.
I know a couple people that will take the last show of the weekend and maybe get a little high.
Jeff Asmus.
Jeff Asmus. Know a couple other people. Mostly Jeff Asmus. I think Josh, what's his name? Josh Wolf. He does that too.
Okay.
Last show of the weekend. I wasn't drinking, so I was like,
Didn't drink the whole weekend?
No, I wasn't drinking on Saturday.
Okay.
Had an early train. I go, let me see. I've never done it.
Not drank?
No, I've never been high
Oh, I
and
was
done
like-
like a long set. And I was like, let me just like see. So I end up having a very fun set.
There we go.
Super goofy, very fun, like, very conversational, got to know everyone, did some new bits that I've just had in my notes for like months and months and months that I haven't had the balls to try. Got some stuff out of it, and then I'm like, I hit 25, I'm just doing 30. I'm like, all right, let me cook for 5, get out of here, start kind of crushing. I have right now, I'm closing on a bit that's about 3 minutes long and it ends in a callback.
Okay.
Never had a callback before. It's so much fun to close on it.
Uh-huh.
I do. 3 minutes goes well.
Well, the whole time you're going, I got this card in my back.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You guys don't even know.
It's like, this isn't easy. It's so easy to get out because even if, like, it's just an instant, they just clap because they're like memory recognition.
Well, and they also think they're like, that was something.
He's a genius.
He did.
Yeah.
He did do something.
He
there.
remembered that thing that he said
A few minutes ago.
Yeah, that he says every night. But then I get to the end and I'm kind of crushing, hit the callback, nothing. And I go, I didn't do the original joke, did I?
Incredible.
And this is not like a throwaway callback. This is
You're hamming it.
It's an action. It's a pose.
Oh, yeah.
It's calling back to making fun of people who pose like this in pictures. Mm-hmm. So it
Just
just
getting
looked
started.
like I hit that pose.
Oh, God, that sucks.
Dude.
Because it is the douchiest pose.
Yeah, that's the whole point
That's
of
the
the
whole
thing.
bit,
And
yeah.
everyone was just kind of like, huh? Like, it went from, like, laughing, clapping, it was lining up perfectly to, like, what? And I go, what was that? And then I was like, oh, no. I go, did I not do? And one of the comics in the back was like, no, you didn't. And I was like, oh, my God. I've never had that happen before. It was such a blunder. And then it's like, well, never getting high on stage again.
Did you?
It completely erased. Literally during the set, I was like, this is working.
Did you explain to them what happened?
Yeah, and then I told them the joke. I Tarantino'd it.
Okay,
I said,
that's
we're
fair.
starting with the end.
No, that's totally
And
fair.
then it was fun. I got to the end and I was like, now imagine if I had done that. You guys would have gone crazy. And then I got a little gift from the universe. So just to Tarantino it again, during the host set, he's having a rough one.
Sure.
At one point, he pivots to. I think I did text you this. He pivots to. Has anyone had any medical scares recently?
Perfect.
Great crowd work.
Perfect.
Immediately, a girl goes, "I just had a stroke," and it's like quiet in the room. And he's like, "Give it up for her for surviving a stroke." Really awkward energy with the stroke. After this whole blunder, I tell the joke. We're kind of having fun, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. I say something along the lines of like, sorry about that, you guys. I just had a stroke.
Bingo.
Didn't even mean to. I just said it. I wasn't even thinking about the person who said they had a stroke.
Did it smash?
Huge.
Oh,
Huge
yes,
pop.
yes.
I say, I'm Tommy. Thanks,
Folks,
thanks
I'm
for
out.
coming out.
I see in your head you're going, what a huge fuck up, blah 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 blah. They in their head they're going, we saw something.
What a genius.
That was a real thing we just saw.
Yeah.
I bet in their brains it was better than just the original callback.
They had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
It was because once I explained what happened, everyone was laughing.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, was there a 30 seconds there where I was like, what the fuck?
Well, because they're going, boy, we really liked him for a minute.
And then he said that last, just getting started, didn't really make sense.
I don't think he would have. Okay. I wonder what they do about refunds. I've done that where, my little joke that is, it dabbles in maybe a pedophilia joke.
Sure.
And I completely forgot a few choice lines. And I ended up just calling a kid hot. I mean, you've seen this joke. This
When
joke
did you
goes
realize
to Cook
it?
City.
Yeah.
When did I realized it
As you were saying
as
it?
people were looking at me like, oh my God. And I was so flustered, I didn't even explain it.
You didn't explain it?
No, I just said, I left out a couple of really important lines, and we're just going to move on.
Oh, okay. So that's it. At least you said that.
Yeah, but they were still, it felt like
Well, they were like, we're not sure that justifies it.
yes, they were like, that's not, I mean, I essentially was just like, hey, there's a kid on the playground. Look how hot that kid is. And like the joke, I left out so many
The
lines
joke is
of
that
it.
your girlfriend is 5'2".
Is small, yes.
Yeah.
And for the listeners,
And also, that's not the joke. That's
not
the
the-
premise.
there's more to it. God damn it.
I like the
We'll edit
joke is
this part
this, and
out.
people are like, God, that's
And
hilarious.
it's like, it's still gross. But people's face, they were just like, oh, what
Yeah,
are
that's
you
a miss.
doing?
That's very funny.
And then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It took me like 7 jokes to get them back. Mm-hmm. And I did have to be like, look, I messed up that joke.
Well, you gotta just forget about it and move on.
God damn.
Cancel culture these
That-
days.
Can't even be a weird pedophile on stage
Can't
anymore.
even talk about hot kids anymore.
God, that one hurt really badly. And then that's when at least you were at the end of your set. I was like 4 minutes in
No, yeah. I was
to a
trying to get
headline
out.
set.
Oof.
You know?
Yeah.
And the rest of the set was shot. I was so in my head. I couldn't believe what had just happened. And then you're overthinking every joke. So you're so far out of the moment.
You're like, yeah, so I was calling an Uber the other day, and I'm not a pedophile.
Not a pedophile. There was not a hot kid in it or around it at all. If a hot kid was driving it, I wouldn't have gotten in.
I wouldn't have gotten in.
I'd have canceled, and I would have accepted. I'd have just taken the charge.
If it was an ugly kid, I would have fucked that kid, actually.
There's like, please stop. God, this guy is gross and weird now.
I'm not saying kids are hot. I'm saying there was one hot fuck.
If they look like my fiance, then maybe they are hot. I start like having a weird dialogue with myself on stage.
Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, I take it back.
Maybe. No, you guys are wrong.
You guys are being weird.
That's absolutely Brutes Magoots.
It was very funny.
But you got your way out of it. And we talked about that late show Saturday, small crowds.
Fun time.
That's when it's just loose city.
Pressure's off.
You've done the shows the whole weekend.
Had fun shows all weekend. Mm-hmm. Pressure's off. It was a very fun time.
How's that delicious train ride? I'm like, that's the biggest. Oh! So we talked about this last week. Remember how I asked, hey, would it be weird?
Would it be completely insane?
Would it be crazy?
If I asked this person to crash
If I
with
asked
them?
a comedian to crash while I'm in town and somebody said, yeah, Tim,
It would be weird as shit.
you'd be a fucking nut job if you did that. Well, didn't deter Timmy. Hit that person up anyway. They said, yeah, no problem. I'll have another comic here that weekend too.
Incredible.
Totally fine.
Well.
Vindicated, Tom. Vindicated.
Did we already give this person 0 of the week?
Big fat 0 of the
So
week.
we can't go back-to-back zeros, but
No, I just wanted to.
It does validate the
I just
zero.
wanted to validate my little existence, Tom.
Yeah, and you've done it.
I wasn't wrong. I'm not a nut job.
I'm not completely
I'm
insane.
not totally insane. Normal ask.
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna buy a couple bottles of wine and say thank you.
Not only are you going to be a house guest, you're going to be a great house
I'm gonna
guest.
be a great house guest,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna buy one more bottle of cheap wine, and I'm gonna bash it over that other person's head next time I see it.
I could say you could bash, you could throw from about 10 feet,
Ooh,
end over end. Yeah.
God, now I might catch a charge though.
Bashing over the head, you don't think you would?
No, you're right.
Maybe you claim self-defense.
Yeah, I mean, in the other one, that's just assault with a deadly weapon. Mm-hmm. That's just assault with a bottle of Merlot.
It's assault, brother.
That's assault. What's that from? That's assault, brother.
It's Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison.
I think it's Billy Madison.
Yeah, it's Billy Madison.
Anywho, yeah, that felt good. Yeah, and it would have felt really, really bad if she was like, what?
I'm not sure that I feel comfortable with it. You would have been like, "Oh, I am a complete
I'm like,
insane
oh,
moron."
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
No, this was a big miss. Honestly, your friend told me to ask you.
Sorry, I'm gonna. I don't know if you listen to the pod, but I did give your friend 0 of the week, and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna redact that on the next one. Because
That one's gonna be on me.
Damn.
Looks
you
like there's
think
gonna
I'm
be a
so
couple
weird.
Tim Smith nominations this week. One's
Daryl!
coming from inside the house.
God, Daryl. I'm sorry, Daryl. Actually,
Daryl.
no, not sorry.
This is Daryl of Roommates-in-Law fame. He starred as the assistant in the job interview one, and the hot guy in the I'm Mean
True.
to
We've
Tim
had a
one.
couple of. We've had a couple of Daryl Poppins.
Yep.
God damn it.
I
You know
got a
what?
hero of the week to maybe wrap this bad boy up.
Lay it on me,
Can I
Tom.
take a hero swing? Here's the thing. On the Road, again, starring Willie Nelson, you'd never want plans during the day.
No.
No matter how good they seem, no matter how good the city is, you'd go to 2 shows on a Friday, you've got 2 or 3 on a Saturday. It seems, I know we seem lazy, but like that's our work day, and it is waking up and being like, I committed to doing something else today feels insane.
Insane.
And so, but
Even
also,
if it's something small, even if it's the coffee button, you don't want to do it.
I can maybe do a brief coffee and I don't like it.
But it
and
never's
also
brief.
I'll do
It's never
coffee.
brief.
I'll do coffee if it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday weekend and it's Friday morning. Because also then I still feel like it's still part of the week kind of. Thursday is just one show, so I can get to bed early.
Right.
Like it's the Saturday is truly like you should make no plans.
What
And
you do.
on the same wavelength, I feel very guilty when people come out to shows like old friends and stuff, and I can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like about a year ago in Providence,
This is a year ago?
had some. Yeah, this is where it starts.
Oh.
I'm gonna call back to this in a little bit, and I got to make sure to.
I was about to say, boy, you've been really sitting on this one, Tom.
No, about a year ago, my dad's college friends came out to a show in Providence. They live in Boston. And they came out, and I really appreciated it. And they were like, "Do you want to get lunch the next day?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Have to say, yeah.
And then in the morning, I was like, "No, I don't want to." And I canceled on them, and they gave me some shit about it, but they were good sports about it. And now fast forward a year, they came back out to Boston on Friday, and on Friday after the show, they ask again. They go, I mean, this is I got one more show still, and then they go, "You want to get breakfast around like 10 a.m. tomorrow? We'll drive into the city." And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. And what sucks is I'm saying yes so naturally in the conversation, and I know that I don't want to. Sure. I wish I could just say, I'm going to be in my head. I got to write. I got to, get in the right headspace to do 3 headlining shows tomorrow.
This is classic merch guy. And you're you're hitting the ball back with Mr. Merch.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yes. I go, people pleaser. I go, oh, that'd be great. And then Saturday morning, I get a text, hey, I'm sure you're really busy. And we realized, we have a lot going on.
Oh.
He threw me a bone.
Oh, baby.
He absolutely tossed me a bone, just a lifeline. I think he knew.
I mean, look, everybody knows this. It's as cliche as possible, but is there anything better than that text?
Yeah. No, there isn't.
Because you got that text. When you got it, you said, please don't be confirming. Please don't be confirming.
And I love these guys.
Please don't be confirming.
These guys rip. But it's just like I shouldn't have said yes, and then he threw me a lifeline. I think he knew. He absolutely knew.
Yeah, but it's so hard. Hey, you want to get breakfast tomorrow? No.
Exactly. It's not really. I don't really have a.
No.
Oh, you got a bunch of stuff to do?
No,
well, I want to think a lot.
Kind of just need to hop in the shower. I
want to go for a 2 to 3 hour walk.
Trying to work on this bit about
how
it's the kangaroos are taller than you think they'd be.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can hit the breakfast button.
Unless you have any tags for the kangaroo bit, I'm not sure.
No, that guy, that's an enormous move.
Yeah.
I would bet that he I would bet it's an instinctual thing with him as well. I bet he just hits you with the invite.
Yeah.
You hit him with the yes. These are 2 people that are too polite for their own good.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have even asked.
No.
And then you shouldn't have said yes, but then he came too and he said, right, he bailed on us last year.
He already did this once.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to run it back.
Good for him.
Yeah, it was huge.
Shout out to this guy.
I was thinking of excuses.
How about a little self-awareness? This is all we promote on this pod.
It's the quickest path to hero, folks.
Is being self-aware.
A little bit of self-A.
Recognizing when you're overstaying your welcome. Recognizing when somebody says, yeah, I'd love to, but you can kind of sense they don't want to.
Yeah.
Let them off the hook.
Based on a history.
Based off of the exact same scenario 1 year prior. An incredible move from what's this guy's name? Patrick?
I'm going to throw out Jim.
Jim.
Yeah.
We love you, Jim.
I'm going to throw that name out there because that is
his name. It's actually James.
That's a classic road hack there.
Jim is short for James, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's huge. We love to see that. We absolutely love to see that. I had a little story, but nobody cares.
No, let's close on it.
No.
We got a couple minutes.
It's not even really a story. It's more of a, we'll jump onto it next week.
All right. Is it in your notes?
Yes.
Are we going to start with it?
Yes.
Can we get a little tease?
No.
No tease.
Oh, we will say this. We did have a 0 submission.
Yes.
That was a follow-up from a 0 submission.
Correct.
And
a 0 winner, I believe.
Oh, 0. It was a winner.
Yeah.
And the new one that came in, I don't even know if it's a 0 or a criminal.
It's just you said it best. You read the whole thing and you said, Jesus, being a woman is a nightmare. And
it is being a woman. This story, it's just got to be a nightmare to have to be so on guard all the time.
Yeah.
Like, if a guy looks at you, you do have to clock in your brain, got to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. Imagine how vulnerable you felt with trying to push out that piss.
Right?
In New York City.
This is them all the time.
That's at a 4 out of 10 for them.
I just can't imagine being a woman and living life all the time.
So thank you for the submission. It was
Thank
a
you for
little
this-
dark to read on the pod.
We are so sorry that you have to exist in this world with that kind of shit going on. That's a stone cold nightmare.
And while zero behavior can lead to criminal behavior,
I would say most of the time it does.
It doesn't, right?
Criminal behavior?
No, we try to. I mean, that's not the point. We're not just trying to do a true crime podcast here.
No. We could let's do a full shift.
We could do a couple episodes.
And everybody the sins and crimes that they've committed?
Yeah. Yes. Not that you've seen done or had done to you. Crimes
Shit
that
you
you've
did.
committed.
And it has to be more than shoplifting. We've all shoplifted.
Yeah. But like Daryl, when you were like a kid and didn't Daryl like drive his car into the middle of a park or something and get stuck there?
I mean, we got to get something better than that.
I don't know. Daryl was on the brain.
Daryl drove his car into a park. It's got to at least be. I got a DUI when I was 24. It's got to beat that.
Okay. All right. We got to beat Tim's DUI.
Damn, I can't believe I got a Dewey.
That's crazy.
I mean, but you could have gotten plenty.
You got to. Whoa, whose joke is that? Is that David Drake's?
No, I think it's
we've all been eligible.
Yeah, we haven't gotten them, but we've all been eligible.
I think
for
it's
a
David.
DUI. I don't think it is.
Ah, fuck. I forget who it is, but it's like you've all woken up the next morning and you're like, that was a close call.
Got away with that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, send in a crime. You did.
Send in a little crime story. And wait, give us a 10-second tease of your story for next week.
Not doing it.
What the fuck?
I know.
That's
You just gonna have to tune
That
in.
might have been the best tease of all.
I know.
All right, you guys. This weekend I'll be in New York and Boston with Becky Robinson, and then all over the place. Chicago's coming up with Kelsey Cook again, and then Madison.
Back at Zanestown?
Zanestown.
Love that.
Then Madison. I got Madison with Kelsey, and get this. Look at how spoiled I am. I get to do Madison. I get to do Comedy on State twice in the next 3 months.
You piece of shit.
Hitting it for Kelsey's special weekend, and then I'll be there. This will be fun with Taylor Tomlinson. She's doing an all like working out material thing.
There we
in
go.
May.
There we go.
It'll be very fun.
Ooh, do you have big fat Daryl hitting the host button at all?
For Kelsey's special, yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Daryl.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daryl. I'll be back on the show. My fat ass is in New York this weekend. I'm in Boston next weekend.
Connecticut?
No, Boston.
What's Boston? Oh,
Boston. Tom, I'm doing a Boston accent.
I was like, Boston, Connecticut?
No.
I just made that up.
I was about to say, I don't even know if it's for real.
Is that Boston?
Boston?
Boston.
What did I say?
Boston.
I mean, I'm just trying my best.
You've never been.
Trying my Boston. Tom, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
We got Boston, and then we got, what do we got? We got Providence coming up, and we got some
Yes, sir.
working on a little DC weekend.
Love it.
And then, possibly some other fun things in the works that will be announced later.
A couple fun things cooking, folks.
Why the hell not? Hey, like us on Spotify. Tell a friend. We've been noticing the little likes have been going up, and don't you even think about anything under a 5-star review.
Yeah, if you're doing under a 5-star, you can DM us and I'll personally attack you.
Yeah, that's how we know you don't even listen, because this is all 5 stars.
It's all 5 stars.
All right, we love you.
Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in law.